we now see who Elisha became. And so it's important. Find someone you can serve effectively so that you can develop yourself. If you are not able to find a school to go to, or maybe you don't even have the means to go to a school, I think mentorship has a way of making people grow, sometimes more than someone who just studied theory, because they are able to see practically how certain things are done. Like some of the instrumentalists that follow, musicians that have had the privilege of reaching out to a larger fold of people. You begin to learn certain do's and don'ts. You know that you don't need to go to a place and just be eating anyhow. They bring a bowl of rice. You want to finish everything down. No, you begin to learn because you will see your leader live in a certain way. And you know that he didn't go there to just eat. There is something in his mind. He's going there with a focus. And so you get to learn. It's easier for you to learn from a mentor. It's easier because you're going to watch it practically. You're going to see it practically done right before your eyes. Some of the things I get to teach my guys about, either sound or music, are not things I get to necessarily talk about. It's because they see me do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually you will now see them trying to get it. Hallelujah. So let me quickly move. So I said you should render service to your mentor. And wherever you are found, be able to render service. Render service with the whole of your heart. Whatsoever your hands find to do, do it well. So take your time and express what God has put inside you. So let's go down again. I said learn an instrument. If you're an instrumentalist, and even if you're a singer, learn an instrument. Learning an instrument gives you a lot of leverage, both as a singer or you just want to be a musician that plays the instrument. The leverage you get is the fact that for some of us, I know we're gifted to write songs and things, but composition is a bit more complex. The conceptualization of composition can be really, really complex if you don't have the ability to play an instrument. So most people who can play an instrument tend to have, a higher capacity or a higher degree of understanding when it has to do with, managing words and melody, rhythm, putting them together, because they have a knowledge that those people who don't know how to play an instrument don't have. So if you can learn an instrument, and I advise you actually learn an instrument. I know some of us sing in church, and at times we're like, you're angry, but go and play what you expect to be played, and you can't do it. Or maybe explain to them what you prefer to be played. You find yourself unable to say what you prefer. You just be like, Amayane Bengani Abumba is like, it's just going one kind. I am very sure whoever can play the instrument here, the first day you were able to play your first 3 chords, the joy in your heart knew no bound. I remember years ago when I first learned do, fa, and so as a chord. Something happened in my heart that I would feel like busting and just expressing myself in the loudest possible way. But people will not even understand what's going on because it's quite hard. But it gives you a revelation to something. You realize that music will start coming to you naturally. There are certain songs that are born out of certain chords. They are like triggered by the chord. And for some reason, you see yourself beginning to dig into the spirit, and then the words come, pam. And you are able to apply them to the melody you were hearing in your spirit coming from those chords. So if you learn the instrument, it will give you a very, very good leverage. The instrument gives you rest, especially when you have to play it yourself. You see some of us that get to play it on stage. We're not playing it for show. At times, we want it that, okay, let's say the keyboard is missed out on something. We want to be able to keep track with the melody. Or for whatever reason, maybe he's not making music. Hallelujah. Are we together? Yes. So, I also said you should invest time, money, and energy. Invest time. Invest time. You see, anything that has to do with playing an instrument, singing, or any skill you know at all will require time. There's no skill in this world you want to have to be able to express that will just come out of the blues. You know how we each were born. We had to crawl, we had to grow little by little until we got to the point where we could run. It takes time. So you have to be willing to invest time into yourself. Now we're talking about learning an instrument. You're not going to learn an instrument today and think you'll become a pro in the next 12 weeks. Just that quickly. No, just be willing to grow. Be willing to just grow. Don't give a time frame to it and say, I have had some people ask me the question like, how long will it take to learn the guitar? At least if I give 6 months, how about now? I should be able to do this thing. I'm like, well, yes, you can be able to do it to some degree. But why are we learning to be excellent? It's because we want to make a major impact. And some of the people we want to reach out to out there, beyond just edifying ourselves in church here, all they know is excellence. They don't really care about your spirituality just yet. But that you're able to play it proficiently to a level, you can catch their attention. Me, for one, I believe God used music to capture me. Because I come from a Muslim background, and that's a long story by the side. But God used music to trap me. That's how I see it. And most of my family members back then didn't like it. They were like, no. But God had already, He cranked the voltage very high. So as a child, I was already doing a lot. So that's the story for another day. But then it's important that